Bonjour everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am your humble French tarot reader Marine, and today we're going to be doing your February 2025 pick a card reading monthly guidance. We're going to look at what the energies of the month of February are, any advice to keep in mind so that you can have the best month of February possible. I love being able to show up for you this way every single month, give you a little monthly tarot guidance. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm very excited to see what February has in store for us. If it's your first time on the channel, I want to say a huge welcome. In the description box, you're going to find all the names of the decks I'm using. Today, I'm a huge deck goblin. I love cards. I love tarot and oracle decks. And I know I'm not the only one, so I always make sure to leave the names of the decks in the description box. If you love tarot and oracle decks, then I invite you to check out my second channel, The Waves of Your Soul, where I share my passion for the card. You will find the second channel in the description box as well. If you don't know how pick a card reading works, in front of you, as you can see, we have 3 different piles. Today we have 3 different tarot decks and 3 different crystals. All you need to do is intuitively choose the pile that is calling out for you today, as this is where your reading will be. In the description box, you will find timestamps that can take you straight to your reading. So for today, I have 3 different decks and 3 different crystals. For my pile number 1, we have this beautiful little piece of ammonite, this little fossil, which I love. For my pile number 1, you can choose thanks to this. And the deck associated for my pile number 1 is called the Crystal World Tarot. It's a beautiful deck, very passionate, very colorful. It's a celebration of life. So if this particular imagery is calling out to you right now, if it's resonating with you, then your message could be in pile number 1. For my pile number 2, the crystal associated is this little piece of clear quartz tower, which looks like this. And the deck associated is called the Lubanko Tarot. This is one of my favorite tarot decks of all time. It's a little bit more fantasy inspired. It does have some darker depictions. It's quite of an intense deck, so that's something to keep in mind, but it is powerful, it's intense, it's bold, and it's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, one of my favorite tarot decks ever. So if this particular imagery is calling out to you at this moment in time, then your message could be in pile number 2. For my pile number 3, we have a piece of pyrite, which looks like this. The deck associated is the Eldritch Overlord Tarot. This time we are going for a cyberpunk kind of futuristic vibe. It's very much set in this like alternative reality. Again, very bold, very cool. The mood for February somehow was cool, unique, a little bit fantasy, taking you to another world. These were all the decks that wanted to work with us. It's Aquarius season, so I'm not surprised, that my more quirky, unique decks wanted to work with us today. So if this particular imagery is calling out to you right now, your message could be in pile number 3. If you need a bit more time to decide the pile for you, I invite you to pause the video, take a deep breath, release any tension you might be holding in your body, maybe release your shoulders, unclench your jaws, and come back to the waves of your soul. For those of you who've chosen the pile for them, I will see you in your reading starting now. Okay, my pile number 1, welcome to your reading for February 2025, your months ahead guidance. If you chose this little ammonite or if you chose the Crystal World Tarot, then this is going to be the reading for you. Before we get into tarot, I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I tried to make all of my readings a bit different. And so I've pre-pulled some oracle cards. We're going to discover them together. I don't know what they are, but that's what we're going to start the reading with. The first card is going to correspond with an archetype you're invited to embody this month. So this is like the archetype you're invited to be this month. You can tap into, maybe it's an energy, an attitude, a way of life. We're going to see what comes up, but this is the archetype that you could be embodying this month. And let's see what we have for my pile number 1. We have the witch. Cool. Okay, I love that. So first off, with the witch, I always get this idea of reclaiming your power. So for my pile number 1, there could be a strong sense of reclaiming your power this month, of wanting to reaffirm yourself, of wanting to take some decisions, of wanting to take back the reins, and of wanting to no longer let other people or external circumstances kind of define your moves, but really taking back the power, reclaiming it, be more in control of what you do, to wanting and kind of reclaiming control over the energies influencing you, potentially wanting to influence the energies around you, wanting to manifest, wanting to create rituals, wanting to create magic. Those are all the themes, I think, for my pile number 1 for February. By you incarnating this archetype of the witch, you are being able to create some magic in the world. You're able to create change in the world by potentially installing rituals. And rituals can be magical, but they can also be simple day-to-day rituals, such as going for your walk every day, such as making sure you are getting good sleep every day. Those little daily life rituals are also part of how you could be reclaiming your power, my pile number 1. I'm getting Virgo vibes. There might be some Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising for my pile number 1. I'm getting also the idea that potentially this month, some of you are feeling more inclined to work with crystals, with plants, essential oils, with cartomancy, tarot decks, oracle decks, with I see you wanting to go to meditate, go back to or deepen certain practices, sound baths, sound healing. I'm hearing astrology. A lot of you, I'm feeling from my panel 1, there could be a renewed interest into really studying all those like witchy kind of subjects, and that's very broad. It could be anything from plants, animal spirit, like I said, crystals. It could be working with cards. It could be getting a little like pouring into astrology. It could be working with chakra, working with color magic. It could be meditation, candle magic. There could be lots of ways, sound baths, like I was saying. For my pile number 1, there is a renewed interest into all of those subjects for a big part of you. But more generally speaking, there is also a desire to reinstore magic into your life and to find ways to make life more magical, more precious, more sparkly, if I can say that. So that's like the archetype you're invited to embody this month, my pile number 1. You don't have to identify as a witch, obviously. Although for my witches out there, this is a nice little synchronicity. But with a witch, this is truly an idea of reclaiming your power, whether you define as a witch yourself or not. That's not the point. The point is really around you installing more magic in your life, trying to make your life magical once more, manifest once more, trying to find ways to influence your reality. And of course, you're welcome to let me know in the comments if that resonates with you guys. Let's see what other oracle cards you have for your month of February. We have a durable love, an enduring love, beautiful. And we also have self-love. Okay, so love in all of its form is a big part of my pile number 1 month. It's Valentine's Day in February, so maybe that's something that's special for you guys. Maybe you are planning a big celebration if you're in a romantic partnership. So maybe for those of you who are in a relationship, romantic relationship, there's a bigger effort this month to spend time with your partner, create beautiful memories together, spend time together, really like cherish your time together and enjoy the beautiful partnership, relationship, love that you've managed to create together, that you're nurturing with together as two human beings. But I'm also hearing that for my singles out there, there is still a very big effort around nurturing self-love. We literally have love and self-love. So love in general, whether it's nurturing love in your life amongst your interpersonal relationships, your family, your friends, or whether it is around cultivating the love for yourself, making sure that you are on a path of being kind to yourself, being gentle to yourself, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, accepting yourself. Those are going to be very big themes for my pile number 1 for February. There could be a bigger effort around deciding to embody a version of yourself that you feel confident in. With the witch, we also have the idea of, obviously witches being quite separate to society, being always on the outskirts of society. There could be a vibe for my pile number 1 around deciding to no longer care about people's opinions this month, deciding to no longer care about societal pressure or people's view of themselves, and deciding to reclaim your power and kind of embracing your uniqueness, embracing who you are regardless of people's view of yourself. There's also a regaining of confidence for my pile number 1 in February, which is awesome. I love that very much for you guys. There's definitely an invitation to find ways to cultivate love in your life, whether it's through your, like I was saying, romantic relationships, familial relationships, friends, pets, self-love, whatever ways you can cultivate all of the relationships you have between yourself and other beings, as well as yourself and yourself. Find ways where you can pour love into your life, cultivate love into your life. I'm really hearing that this love will be returned to you tenfold. So it's a month to be kind, it's a month to be gentle, it's a month to be vulnerable, it's a month to share, to create beautiful memories with people, to spend time with the people you love, to take care of yourself, to treat yourself. It's a very Venusian kind of vibe also for my pile number 1. So we could have Libras, we could have Tauruses here as well. It's an invitation, to treat yourself as a god or goddess that you are, okay? Which, we need a reminder sometimes to do that. And before we get into tarot, let's look at your last oracle card. This is going to be your animal for the month. You have the lion. Honor your soul and celebrate its journey. Ooh, I love that. Okay, you might have some Leos, Sun, Moon, or Rising in my pile number 1 as well. The lion, being your animal guide for the month of February for my pile number 1, is inviting you to honor yourself, celebrate yourself. So it's like I was saying, it's very Venusian kind of theme, working with Venus as an energy, with the idea of celebrating yourself, treating yourself, being kind to yourself, being gentle with yourself, enjoying yourself, taking care of your loved ones, checking in with your friends, with your family, making sure that people are doing okay, planning nice things together, planning fun events, bringing people, checking in on people, nurturing love, cultivating love, spending time with your kids, bringing your mom, like planning a nice coffee date with your bestie, whatever it may be. This month, for my pile number 1, you're really invited to enjoy the people around you as well as enjoying yourself. I'm not saying this is not the month to push forward in your career goals or in your personal project goals, whatever it is, but overall the biggest desire is going to be on cultivating a sense of community, support, love in your life. And that is going to sustain you, that's going to nourish you, and it's going to make you feel supported, loved, and like you belong, which I think are going to be big themes for my pile number 1, which is beautiful. Some months we are asked to work hard, to strive, to transform. And some months we're asked to take care of ourselves, be kind to ourselves, be grateful for the people around us, for the beings around us, for the beautiful things in our life. I think that's more the vibe for my pile number 1. But let's continue with your tarot card. What should be your main goal for the month? What are you invited to focus on this month? What should be your main goal? Look, we have the moon. So like I was saying, for me, it's not necessarily a month to strive super hard. And we have the Knight of Wands, beautiful. We'll pull one more for a main goal, what to focus on this month. And we have the Hierophant, gorgeous. This truly is not for me a month where you guys are gonna be feeling super cool to strive really hard at work or being very forceful in your personal projects. Although if you have some things you guys are working towards, I still see you having dedication and passion for it, specifically if it's something that really calls to your soul, because you have the Knight of Wands, which is going to give you the energy to go after your goals and everything like that. But generally speaking, from my pile 1, I think you're invited to focus on gratitude. That's one of the biggest words I'm hearing, gratitude, being grateful for what's already there so that you can attract more things to be grateful for. You're invited to focus on things that make you feel passionate. You have the Knight of Wands, so this is an invitation to really spend your energy this month around things that make you feel alive, confident. Remember, we had this idea of reclaiming your power. So for some of you, this is going to be a big theme around reclaiming a sense of confidence, doing things that make you feel confidence. And that could be translated in so many different ways. For some people, it might be doing a certain physical activity. For some people, it might be spending quality time with people they love. For some people, it might be making sure that you have enough time for your hobbies and your passion. Everyone is different, obviously, but here you're really invited into to nurture and focus on the things that bring you passion, bring you spark, nurture this inner fire for my pile number 1. We also have the Hierophant and the Moon. For me, this is giving me the indication that you guys are going to feel quite aligned this month. If I have anyone who has been struggling a little bit, specifically mentally lately, if you've been feeling a bit lost, if you've been feeling a little bit like out of sorts, like you've been a little bit, in a tumultuous storm in the ocean of life, I'm hearing that this month the energies are a lot more gentle. Remember, we have double love, self-love and love for others. So there is opportunities here for things to be a lot smoother, for things to feel a lot more fluid, for you to feel more in the flow. So there is also this idea here of not having to strive too hard because you feel like you're in the flow, you feel like you belong again, thanks to all the beautiful relationships in your life that you're able to nurture and the relationship with yourself. You being having opportunities to spend beautiful moments with other people, celebrate is an indication that there will be beautiful moments of celebration, and just a general sense of ease for you, for my pile number 1, of things being a little bit more smooth, fluid, and of no longer being in the storm, but things being a lot more gentle, which I have a feeling my pile number 1 really needed. In terms of what to focus on, we do have with the Moon and the Hierophant a big theme also as around spirituality. So whatever that looks like for you guys, there is an invitation here to either renew or continue to cultivate your relationship with the divine, with your guides, with your angels, with your ancestors, whatever you guys believe in, whatever that looks like for you. Spirituality, your connection to something higher than yourself, is very important this month. So like I said, we did have the Witch, so maybe for you guys that is something that translates in you working with tarot and oracle decks. It could be around meditation, it could be around prayer, around building an altar, whatever that may be, and like cultivating an ancestral practice, whatever. There is an invitation here to really make spirituality a big theme for February, and I'm seeing you overall for my pile number 1 feeling supported and loved, whether that's by people around you or by beings that are on the other side of the veils who are loving you, supporting you, and making sure and giving you kind of a respite in this start of the year to breathe, to feel loved, to feel supported, and to kind of come back to yourself a little bit more this month. That's the vibe for my pile number 1, and I love that. Potential obstacle, something to be cautious about, anything you need to look at for my pile number 1. What do we have? We have the Four of Wands. Yeah, so there is gonna be opportunities for celebration. Here it's a little bit of a warning sign of saying, because I think you guys will be given lots of invitation, you might have a busy social calendar this month, there might be opportunities for you to spend a lot of time with your loved ones and doing fun things. This is a little bit of a warning sign to say don't overdo it, don't exhaust yourself, make sure you're taking time with yourself, make sure you're taking time for pause, for rest. It's nothing major, honestly, as an obstacle. When the Four of Wands comes up, it's an invitation to say just make sure you are not exhausting yourself by overcommitting socially to doing all the things when potentially you need a bit of time for yourself, for resting, for recharging your battery. Also, a potential challenge will be to remember to be patient, I'm hearing, because I'm sensing that because this month is very focused around love, interpersonal relationship, spirituality, things that are not very career focused. For example, some of you guys who are in a very career focused kind of mindset right now could feel a little bit defeated if you're not seeing much progress in the career world, and yet I'm hearing it's coming. So whilst potentially February you're like, why am I not making progress? I am hearing you are making progress, you just need to be a little bit patient because things are coming up. So if you guys are waiting for some news around work, job, or anything like that, things could be a little bit slow, but they're coming. So this is a reassurance to be, don't worry, it's coming. Whilst you are waiting, you might as well enjoy. You might as well enjoy yourself. You might as well enjoy the people around you. You might as well cultivate your spirituality. You might as well take care of yourself, celebrate yourself, and all those things we've talked about. Okay, let's wrap it up with a little advice to keep in mind this month, and then we'll pull a little self-love card for you guys. So little advice, what to keep in mind for the month we have the Nine of Cups. Exactly. That is such the vibe for my pile number 1 for February. That's your card, the Nine of Cups, which is all about fulfillment. It's all about enjoying yourself, taking care of yourself, making sure you're pouring love into yourself, being grateful for the beautiful things around you, the people around you, the beautiful energies in your life. By cultivating gratitude and love, you will receive more of those tenfold. And look, it's so interesting. We have the key and we have the clock. For me, this is a reminder of what I've just talked about. Potentially, some of you are waiting on some news. I am hearing it's specific to career or school or things like that. And it could feel a little bit like a bit of a, how can I say that? Yeah, it could feel that some of you guys are getting impatient, but the universe is saying, whilst you're waiting for things to unlock, whilst you're waiting for the key, for things to open up, and they will, doors are gonna open, but you're gonna have to be a little bit more patient. Whilst you're waiting, you might as well enjoy what's right in front of you. Your friends, your family, your pets, your kids, your romantic partner, yourself, your relationship to yourself, your hobbies, whatever brings you joy. This is an invitation to focus on that, to celebrate that whilst you're waiting for the key to open some doors. Okay, I love that. It's a good reinforcement of the message we just talked about. And that's your guys' advice for the month of February. We're gonna wrap your reading up with a little message of self-love, last message from your higher self to you. What does your higher self want you to know for the month of February? For my pile number 1, what is your self-love message from your higher self for February? What do you need to know for the month? I think we had a jumper. We do. It says reset. Push the reset button. Things have been stacking up. Let's go back to basics. Refresh, step back, renew. Exactly. I told you. This is not the month to push forward, to strive, to really like be super harsh on yourself. It's the month to refresh, to take care of yourself, to renew, to enjoy, to breathe a little bit, to sigh a little bit, to reclaim your power, to do things that bring you joy, to cultivate love in your life, to celebrate yourself, and quality time with the people around you. And that's gonna make you feel, I think, a lot more empowered before the true start of the year begins, which for me, the year really begins for every season anyway. You know, we have the first start of the year, which is like the 1st of January, but energetically speaking, another start of the year truly is around the start of every season, the spring solstice. For those of you guys who are in the northern hemisphere, that is when energetically we start a new year, new astrological year. And I think for my pile number 1, this is also when you'll feel ready to start fresh as well. So this could be also a month where you're preparing for this fresh push in the month of March that will be coming up for you guys. Beautiful. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. It was such a blessing for me to do this reading for you guys. I hope it resonated. Of course, if you enjoyed it, feel free to give my video a thumbs up. You can leave a comment. I love to read you. I try to respond to all of my comments. And if you're not yet subscribed, I invite you to do so. There will be plenty more readings where this came from. For the month of February, I'm going to be doing some love readings in celebration of Valentine's Day. And there will be also lots of pick a card readings on lots of fun themes coming up. So until next time, I'm wishing you a beautiful months ahead. I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this little piece of clear quartz, or if you chose the Lubanko Tarot, which is this deck, then this is gonna be the reading for you. Before we start pulling some tarot cards, I wanted to do things a little bit differently today, so I've pre-pulled some oracle cards. We're gonna discover them together. I've not looked at them. It's gonna be a surprise, but these are gonna be the start of the reading. So the first card for my pile number 2 is gonna be around the archetype you are invited to embody this month. So what is your archetype? What is potentially its attitudes, its a way of being, its beliefs, whatever it may be. We're gonna see what comes up, but this is the archetype you are invited to embody in the month of February. Let's see. Ooh, we have the Shadow Master. Beautiful. Okay, so this is a month that my pile number 2 could feel very called to heal something deep inside. This might be a month where my pile number 2 feels called to finally either heal something that's been bothering you for a while, or potentially look at it triggers ways of being, habits, and wanting to know them a little bit better and wanting to change potentially your approach to these more shadow parts of yourself, whether it's looking at a certain fear, a certain trigger, healing a certain trauma, potentially just wanting to get to know yourself a little bit deeper. So for my pile number 2, there could be a call to doing a little bit of introspection work. Maybe you're gonna feel called to journal this month. Maybe you're gonna feel called to explore your dreams this month. Maybe you're gonna feel called to speak with someone, a professional, potentially a counselor or therapist this month. Maybe this is a month where you guys are gonna feel called to look into certain healing modalities. Obviously, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but there's tons of different things. We could be talking about hypnosis, we could be talking about EMDR, we could be talking about tapping with breath work. I have a feeling that for some of my pile number 2, there's a desire to journaling, there's a desire to get to the root of a certain problem that's been bothering you, a certain fear for some of you, or a certain wound, and deciding in February, this is the month where I'm gonna tend to that. I'm gonna tend to myself. I'm gonna take care of myself in a more psychological or soul level way. So this is very deep months for my pile number 2, where you feel called to really take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's the month where if you guys have been really struggling, for example, with an inner critic, this is the month where you're gonna do the work to be like, okay, how can I ease this side of myself? How can I be a little bit kinder? How can I be a little bit softer? If some of you guys have been struggling with a certain wound, for example, something that's been hurting, maybe this is a month where you finally decide to speak to someone, share with your friends, speak to a professional, whatever it may be, but the month where you decide to open up, have certain conversations, potentially put some boundaries, potentially be a little bit more vulnerable and open-hearted about certain things. I see you really doing the work with a big W this month, my pile number 2, whatever the work looks like, whatever it's around certain fears, certain triggers, certain wounds, it doesn't matter. You are on a mission to love yourself more, embrace yourself more, and be more in tune with who you are, realigning with your soul, realigning with yourself, and embracing who you are. So it's a beautiful, transformative month. It's a powerful month, and it's a month where I see you wanting to have open and honest conversations. I would not be surprised if you make huge leaps in your interpersonal relationships because you have deep conversation with people, because you finally open up about something, or because you finally put some boundaries around some things and honor yourself and honor your worth. I see you listening to your intuition, being more in tune with your soul's calling, listening to yourself. I see you forgiving yourself as well. Forgiveness of others and yourself is a huge theme of February for my pile number 2. It's a powerful, transformative month. And by the end of the month, you're going to feel so much lighter, my pile number 2. I really feel that because you will have done the work of healing, of transformation, of honoring yourself, and of embracing who you are, all aspects of yourself, the light and the shadow. So beautiful, powerful months for my pile number 2. And it's so interesting that you chose this deck, which is very deep, transformative, and powerful. Like the vibe of these two are very much in tune, and I love that. There is no coincidence. Okay, let's see what else we have for my pile number 2. We have past life. Yeah, we have an important meeting, and we have throat chakra. Yeah, so I told you there's gonna be a big theme around you having certain conversation, sharing with people. Either you're opening up yourself through journaling, you are opening up to friends or to family members or to someone, a professional. But whatever it is, you really are sharing your story this month. You're sharing how you feel. You are opening yourself up. You're being more vulnerable. And by wearing your heart on your sleeve, it's healing. It's allowing you to release a big burden, to set yourself free. So there's a very big theme around speaking up, around sharing, working with your throat chakra to share your story. And it could be as simple as doing that through paper form between you and yourself, through journaling, through you literally writing how you feel. We also have past life. So I told you some of you guys are going to be very called to do certain healing modalities. I was speaking of hypnosis, breath work, but we could have meditation, and there could be some themes coming up that, if you believe in that, obviously, are coming up from past life. Some of you might be on a certain path around getting to know your past lives better and seeing how potentially these past life lessons affect your current life, your current like soul mission. That's quite particular, so I don't want to assume in what you guys believe, but if you do believe in past life, I would not be surprised if you are making a lot of progress this month into getting to know certain past life better and seeing how that past life has affected your behavior this year and this life, and healing that. So that's something to keep in mind. And we also have an important meeting. For me, this meeting is, I'm hearing mentor. So for you guys who have been looking for a mentor, have been looking for a teacher of some form, for someone to guide you in some way, this is the month where you could be meeting that person. It could be at work, it could be in the healing world, it could be meeting the right counselor, the right therapist, it could be meeting a certain teacher in some, I don't know, maybe you guys are looking for a meditation teacher, a yoga teacher, maybe it's someone you find on YouTube, a certain channel of someone teaching you certain things, but there is an idea, or maybe it's at work, you are being introduced to an expert or someone who is a little bit more set in their field, and they're able to give you some tips and guidance. If it's not a physical person, it could also be you being more in tune with a certain guide, a spirit guide that is watching over you this month and that's helping you through this healing that you're doing, this transformation that you're doing, this shadow work that you're doing, helping you go through it and helping you come the other side of it a lot stronger, a lot more empowered, and a lot more in love with who you are. So it's a powerful month, my Palmetu, and I think it's beautiful. I'm excited for you because I really feel like you guys are reclaiming your power a little bit more this month. You are finally sharing with people how you feel, and I think it's quite brave as well. I see you being very courageous this month, which is beautiful. Let's see your animal guide for the month. We have monkey, inner child, don't take life too seriously. Okay, so whilst it's a big month of transformation, of healing, of doing the work with a big W, this is an invitation to not let that over-consume you. I'm hearing remember to come up to the surface, to breathe. Sometimes when we're doing intense healing work, when we are finally, I don't know, starting therapy, or when we're doing a bit of work with like journaling, introspection, whatever it may be, or when we're starting to having deep conversation with people and speaking up for ourselves, etc., it can suddenly feel very serious and we can forget to have fun. We can forget to just be a little bit more lighthearted and to not be so serious, right? Especially if this work is bringing up serious stuff to the surface, like serious wounds or serious triggers. This is your invitation to not forget to have fun this month. Don't forget to come up to the surface, to breathe. It's great you want to go and deep dive into the ocean of your soul to discover what's lying at the bottom of your metaphorical ocean, but remember to come up to the surface, to look at the sky, to look at the sun, to breathe, to have fun, so that you can get more energy to do the work. So the monkey is your spirit animal this month. Is going to remind you to have fun, to enjoy yourself. And we do have a theme of inner child. So maybe for some of you in my Palmetu, the healing you're doing, the forgiveness, the introspection you're doing is linked to your inner child. That could be a big theme as well. And of course, if any of that resonates, you're welcome to let me know in the comments. Okay, let's have a look at your tarot cards. So the first thing we're going to look at is, what is your main goal for the month? What are you invited to focus on this month, to spend energy on this month? What should be your main focus and your main goal this month? The Magician. Ooh, I love that, you guys. I love that because this is telling me that by you doing the work, by you healing, by you forgiving, by you speaking up, by you opening yourself up, by you being more vulnerable, you are bringing magic. It's allowing you to manifest. It's allowing you to feel more confident, more empowered. So this work you're doing is very powerful because in turn it's bringing opportunities to create, to co-create with the universe, to go after what it is you want, because you're releasing a lot of burdens you've been carrying on your shoulder. In turns, you are freeing space in your life for more beauty, more magic, more grace, more love, more success, whatever you guys are looking for, whatever more you want in your life. You can invite that in by releasing the heaviness that you potentially have been carrying around and by healing certain wounds that were holding you back. So let's see, what else are you invited to focus on in the month of February. It is a big month for my Palomito. It's an important month in your year. I really feel that. We have the Four of Wands. Again, don't forget to celebrate. Don't forget to have fun. Whilst there's going to be a big effort around, like I was saying, healing, introspection, doing the work with a big W, you want to make sure you are setting time for fun things, for spending time with your friends, spending time with yourself, doing things that bring you joy, spending time with your family or your partner, whatever it may be. Cozying in, this is giving me big Hobbit vibes. So this could be making sure you are keeping time for reading your favorite book with your favorite cup of tea, or watching your favorite movie under the blanket, whatever it may be. But don't forget to carve space and time for yourself to do things that bring you joy. Simple things, I'm hearing. Here we're not talking about huge things, but simple day-to-day things, little rituals, little things that will bring you joy, that will, again, bring a little bit of lightheartedness into your month. Okay, love that. So that's your focus as well. Making sure you're doing simple things that bring you joy. And then we also have the Ace of Wands. So this is also an invitation this month, my pile number 2, to explore certain passions. If you've been feeling called to, I'm hearing for some of you, it is related to music, or the arts. If some of you have been thinking about learning an instrument, going back to an instrument, singing, dancing, drawing, arts, pottery, crafts, whatever it may be, if you've been thinking about you pouring your creativity into something tangible, an art form of some kind, I'm hearing makeup, I'm hearing, it could be lots of different things. This is an invitation to pursue that as well, to nurture your creativity this month and use it in ways that, again, sustain you, provide joy, and that will bring light to help you on this like big healing journey you're on. Whilst this is a big month in terms of transformation and healing, it doesn't have to be a difficult month. I'm really hearing it's not that difficult of a month. It's not necessarily a heavy month. It's a powerful month, but it's not heavy, because you will have opportunities for cozying, for rest, for manifesting things that you want, and for going after things that bring you joy, that bring you life, that bring you creativity. So it's not gonna be a hard month, but it's gonna be a powerful month, if that makes sense, okay? Let's continue. We will have a look at what to look out for, what to be cautious about, potential obstacle that could be standing in your way. Let's see. Whoops. What do we have? We have the High Priestess and we have the Seven of Cups, yeah. Because you're gonna feel very called to do the work with a big W this month, to introspect, to heal, to look at certain wounds, to go within and to get to know yourself deeper, triggers, fears, everything we've talked about, right? Doing a big introspective healing work. That could sometimes make you feel like you're getting lost, like I said, into this mission. Sometimes when we are so dedicated to the work, when we're so dedicated to healing, we forget to come up to the surface, like we've talked about, which is very much what this High Priestess and Seven of Cups is about. It's a reminder to follow the light. It's a reminder to not get lost at the bottom of the ocean. It's great to want to do the work. It's great to want to know your subconscious deeper. It's great to want to go on a certain healing journey, but remember to follow your inner light. Don't get lost to the darkness. I'm hearing you can look at the darkness. That's how you get to know yourself deeper and better. So you can look at the darkness, but don't stare at it, is what I'm hearing. You can look at the darkness, so you can see what's there. You can learn to see it. You can learn to acknowledge it, but don't stare at it. Don't look at it so long that you get lost and that you forget that there's light there, okay? So look at the darkness, but don't stare at it. That's the main advice for my pile number 2, okay, especially with this High Priestess there, which again can be a very introspective energy, but sometimes she can get a little bit lost in her head. She can forget to come out and enjoy what's around in the world. So do the work, heal whatever you feel like you need to heal, do that continue on this path that you're on, but don't forget to have fun, don't forget to do things that bring you joy. Remember, the monkey is your little spirit animal, so this energy of inner child, of play, of fun will guide you this month, okay? Let's continue the advice to keep in mind this month. What advice do you need to keep in mind for the month of February? My pile number 2, I think we had a jumper. What do we have? The Hangman. Beautiful. Yeah, I thought we would get the Hangman for you guys. This is your card for the month of February. It's a month of surrendering. It's a month of acceptance. It's a month of release. But it's also, again, we have this theme continuously of remember to come up to the surface, to breathe. Don't let you wanting to dive into your inner ocean make you forget to come up to the surface and breathe. So you can spend time getting to know your subconscious, spend time getting to know your deeper part of yourself, the shadow parts of yourself. You can do the work. You can do all that healing work you've been thinking about doing. You can continue on this path of meeting all parts of yourself, meeting your inner demons and all of that. Just don't forget to come back to the surface, to breathe. This is literally so funny because it's the actual depiction in card form of everything we've been talking about. So that's the advice for my pile number 2, which very much reinforces everything we've talked about. Okay, we're gonna wrap up the reading with a little self-care, self-love message for you guys. For my pile number 2. I think my pile number 2, by the end of the month, you're going to feel very proud of yourself for this transformative work you're doing. You're going to feel a lot more empowered. And I really think this is going to be a very powerful month for my pile number 2. So I can't wait to read your comments and see how that resonates for you guys. But let's wrap it up with a beautiful message of self-love from your higher selves. We have glow. Let your inner light shine. What makes your inner light glow? See, this is for me reminding of Ace of Wands, the Magician, 4 of Wands. Of course, this beautiful image of someone following the light here. Don't forget to follow the light. Don't forget to have fun this month. Don't forget to do things that bring you joy. Don't forget to do things where you can shine, where you can nurture the spark within yourself. It's gonna be a whole month of balancing light and shadow. You're the alchemist this month, and I see you being very successful in doing that. Again, by the end of the month, being very proud of yourself for everything you've achieved on your personal journey. Such a beautiful reading for my pile number 2. I really love doing this reading for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. What a beautiful set of cards. Absolutely stunning. So I want to wish you a beautiful month ahead. I'm sending you so much good vibes. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free to do, but they really help my channel to grow. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So if you chose this cute little pyrite crystal, or if you chose the cyberpunk, what is this called? Eldritch Overload, sorry. Eldritch Overload Tarot. This is gonna be the reading for you. As I mentioned today, we're doing your February 2025 months ahead reading, and I wanted to do things a little bit differently as I'm trying to make all of my readings unique. So today we're gonna start with oracle cards I pre-pulled. We have not yet looked at them. We're gonna discover them together. And the first card is gonna represent the archetype you are invited to embody this month. So this is your archetype for the month. It's a way of being, it's attitude, beliefs, a behavior, whatever. That you are invited to embody for the month of February. Archetype that matches your vibe. Let's have a look. And you have the rebel. Ooh, I love that. Okay, so my pile number 3, we could have some Aquarius here. And if you are here, then I want to wish you a beautiful happy birthday season. We could have some Aries here, and we could have some Scorpios as well. That's the vibe I'm getting from my pile number 3. You don't have to be any of those things, but that's just energetically what I'm picking up: Sun, Moon, or Rising. Scorpio, Aquarius, and Aries. Okay, in terms of the archetype you're invited to embody this month. With the Rebel, it's truly the month to embrace your uniqueness. My pile number 3. You are invited to set yourself aside and to cherish the parts of you that make you stand out, that make you really unique, that really are your, as RuPaul say, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, the parts of you that are a little bit going against the grain, against the trend, and that are celebrate your uniqueness. So this is a month where my pile number 3 could feel very called to rebel in some way or another, maybe rebelling against the norm, societal pressure, maybe rebelling against things going on in the world. Some of you might feel called to protest, some of you might feel called to stand up, some of you might feel called to voice your concerns in a very revolutionary kind of archetype of someone who wants to, like I said, protest, stand up, voice concerns, voice opinion. But it could be on a more personal level, deciding to rebel against potential societal pressures, potential pressures from friends, family members, and deciding to sing the song of your own tune. I'm hearing my pile number 3 this month. You're deciding to no longer let other people affect you, no longer let other people's opinion define you, and you're like, you know what, this is the month where I'm done trying to people please, I'm done trying to make things and do things and behave the way that is expected of me. I'm gonna do me, even if it's strange, even if it's unique, even if people don't understand me, even if I'm going against the flow, even if I'm really like going against the trend, whatever. I'm just gonna celebrate myself and no longer let societal pressure, peer pressure, people's pressure, or even I'm hearing your past self pressure define you. Because for some of you, this is about deciding to cut cords with who you used to be and embracing change. I'm really hearing from my pile number 3. For some of you, it's like, I know I used to be like this, but this is no longer who I want to be. So I will no longer let my past self define who I am. My priority is who I want to be, not who I used to be. I'm hearing that strongly. So for some of you, that's the main focus this month, is embracing who you want to be and leaving behind who you used to be. There is a desire to embrace your quirks, your uniqueness, your individuality, and to stand against, like, the collective in some form or another. So obviously this is a general reading, so it's gonna apply in lots of different ways. But I really see you feeling the call this month, my pile number 3, to stand up for yourself, to no longer be apologetic about who you are, and to kind of no longer give a fuck about what people think, about what society thinks, about what your friends or your family or your colleague thinks, and just deciding to do what you want, right? So it's a very big, month to reclaim your power in some way, kind of similar to my pile number 1, but a lot more defined around deciding to embrace what makes you unique. So maybe this is a month where some of you decide to finally go for a certain job or career change that potentially is against the norm, that potentially is a little bit unique and different, but that speaks to you. Or maybe for some of you, it's deciding to change the way you dress and embrace fashion and haircuts and whatever ways of presenting yourself to the world that are a little bit unique and different, but that make you feel good. Maybe for some of you, it's embracing the idea of loving who you want and deciding to go after certain relationships that make you happy, but that are potentially not necessarily what your family expects or your friends expect or what society expects. Or maybe it's just a very internal change where not much of your external life changes, but internally you are on this quest of affirming yourself as a unique being, affirming your uniqueness and embracing your quirks. So I'm hearing also finding community with people who are also in this process of rebelling. I see you finding people who think similarly, who vibe similarly. So there is still a sense of community whilst being a rebel. You don't have to be alone as a rebel. I am hearing you will not be alone. You'll find people who vibe with you, which is reassuring. So let's see what else we have for my pile number 3, because this is very cool vibe. And it's kind of like, again, I'm getting strong Aquarius vibe. But let's see what else you have. We have Queen Bee, love that. We have unlocking of your third eye chakra, beautiful. And we have transformation, yeah, look at that, gorgeous. So truly, for my pile number 3, this is a month of affirming yourself, deciding to no longer let societal pressure, family pressure, colleagues pressure, whatever, to define like what it is you do, your choices, your values, and deciding to stand up for yourself more. Being a lot more forceful into voicing your values, voicing what you stand up for, potentially standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves, protesting, voicing your concerns, and deciding to really tell the world, this is who I am, this is what I believe in, this is what I want to fight for, this is the world I want to create. If you agree, great. If you don't, I don't care. It's not going to stop me from going on this path. So, like I said, this could translate into so many different ways, but I think if this pile is meant for you, you will definitely know. Other cards we have with Queen Bee. It's a big month around affirming yourself, feeling confident, tuning into your power. So if you have to make decisions this month, you can trust in your decision-making process, you can trust in your confidence, you can trust in you feeling like you can make the right choices for you, I'm hearing. So again, if you are presented with different opportunities and at first you're like, what do I choose? Listen to yourself, don't listen to other people, listen to yourself. You are beating to the drum of your own song. Is that how you say it in English? You are dancing to your own tune, my pile number 3. Everyone is dancing ballet and you guys are dancing flamenco, right? That's the vibe. The rest of the world might be doing the opera, the ballet, but you guys, your own song, your own tune is flamenco, is tango, and so you follow that. You listen to your own song, you beat to your own drum, trust in you making the right decision, and listen to yourself. I'm hearing big theme for my pile number 3 for this month. We also, because remember we have this card of like opening up of your third eye chakra, so your intuition is on fire this month. If you listen to your gut feeling, it will not lead you astray. You are being very clairvoyant this month. If something feels off, it probably is. If something feels right, it probably is. Your intuition will not lead you astray, my pile number 3 this month. Very important. Finally, we have this idea of transformation. For me, it's related to this idea of embracing your quirks and your uniqueness and no longer letting, again, cages, boxes, labels that people have put on you define you. I would not be surprised if I have people here in the process of coming out, for example, coming out of a certain closet, whatever closet that may be. I would not be surprised if I have people who are deciding to explode any kind of boxes that they've put themselves in and deciding to no longer let be defined by that one thing. There is really a desire to expand from, again, any boxes, label, or cages that you've either put around yourself or that people have put around you. You are embracing being a multifaceted being this month, my pile number 3. You're embracing having lots of different facets, being lots of different things, wanting lots of different things, but all of those things calling to you, to what you want, what you desire, what feels good to you, right? So that's the vibe for my pile number 3. Let's continue. This is going to be your animal guide for the month of February. What do you have? You have hedgehog, acceptance, embrace who you are. Exactly. This is the month where my pile number 3 is accepting who they are, embracing who they are, their quirks, their uniqueness, their weirdo side, their freak sides. It doesn't matter. I'm hearing wave your freak flag high. And you know what, by doing that, by standing against the current, by being a little bit different, by doing things differently than everyone else, that's how you will also find people that can vibe with you. That's how you find your tribe. That's how you find your fellow weirdos as well. And that's how you find community. So whilst it may feel scary to go against the grain, to stand up for yourself or others, there is power in that. And the hedgehog is your animal guide for the month. I love that so much. Okay, let's use tarot now. We're going to look at your main goal, your main focus. We know already your main focus is going to be around making choices for you, not listening to other people's opinion, but doing what feels right for you. But let's see what else comes up for my pile number 3. What should be your main goal, main focus for the month of February? What are you invited to focus on in the month of February? My pile, we have the 4 of coins. Let's see, we'll put a few. We have the 2 of wands. And we'll pull one more. The Ace of potions and the Nine of Coins. Okay, so in terms of what to focus on this month, what should be your main goal this month, we have the Four of Coins, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Ace of Potions or Ace of Cups in this deck, and we have the Nine of Coins. So again, Nine of Coins, independence, standing up for yourself, creating the life that you desire, that feels right for you, that resonates with you, on like that is in tune with what you want, who you are, what you stand up for. With the Nine of Coins, we have a big theme around independence, around setting yourself free. Whatever you can do, whatever decisions you make, it's going to be driven by this desire to stand up for yourself and to create a self-sufficient lifestyle and self-sufficient values and self-sufficient kind of way of life. You can really be proud of who you are, proud of what you've built, and where you feel like it's in tune with you, what you want, and not necessarily what other people have put on you. Okay, so super important, and that could be translated in career world, in your interpersonal relationship, personal goals, whatever it may be. Focus around nurturing independence this month, okay? We also have Four of Coins, Two of Wands, and Ace of Cups. For me, this is a month where you might feel called to not necessarily make big moves, but prepare those big moves, right? With the Four of Coins and Two of Wands, this is a month where you're invited to, I'm seeing you like recharging your batteries, making a plan, making like the list of things you want to achieve, whether you guys are working on a certain career goal, certain personal project, whether you are planning a trip, whatever it may be, planning a move, whatever. This is not the month where you're making the move. This is the month where you're planning, where you are organizing, where you are recharging your batteries, saving your energy, so that next month, I'm hearing, is potentially the month where you're gonna make that move, where you're gonna go for that thing, where you're gonna go after that big goal that it is that you have. So in February, potentially not the month where you push forward, but more of a month of preparation, of organizations, and of setting things in order. I see you wanting to get things straight, set things in order, make a list, make a plan. I see you saving money as well, wanting to save money or save your energy, recharge your batteries, etc. so that you can push again. March, April, I feel you guys a desire to push towards something, to push for something. Again, could be a career goal, could be a personal project, whatever it is. So it's a month really where you're more in a planning stage, and you're invited to focus on that, organize yourself, plan, save time, save money, save energy for this big goal you have, as well as a big month to pour into yourself with the Ace of Potions, Ace of Cups. Again, it's a month to take care of yourself, pour into yourself. This is a theme that's come up for all of my piles. I think energetically for the collective, we're invited to make sure we take time for self-care, for self-love, for nourishing ourselves, for taking care of our body. All of those things are going to be important for every one of us, I think, in February for the collective. You know, we are reaching almost the end of the astrological year. Technically the year, yes, on the calendar it starts on the 1st of January, but energetically, in terms of the astrological wheel, the year starts with the spring solstice, with the start of Aries season. So energetically, we're reaching the end of a year, which can be exhausting. Usually February, people can feel a bit tired, and that's why. So collectively, this has come up. It's a big month to, like I said, take care of yourself, take care of your body, make sure you're pouring into yourself, do things that rejuvenate you, that make you feel nourished, all of that. Okay, what to look at for potential obstacle to overcome, what to be cautious about. Let's see, we have the Fool. So with the Fool, in terms of what to look out for, what to be cautious about, again, it's an invitation to embrace your individuality, embrace your uniqueness, and not be afraid to take leaps of faith, and without listening to people's opinions, people's voices, people's concerns. I am hearing for you guys, for this particular month, it's around not letting people's fears become your own. So if you guys are in this process of standing up for yourself, embracing your individuality, your uniqueness, that sometimes can rub people the wrong way, right? Especially people who are too scared of doing that themselves. And so they can try to, not even willingly necessarily, but they can be fearful and bring those fears upon you because they are not ready themselves to embrace their uniqueness. So they could bring certain fears to you and be like, are you sure you want to make this move? Are you sure you want to change career? Are you sure you want to move to another country? Are you sure you want to, I don't know, start dating this person? Whatever it may be. And they can start to impose their own fears on you. This is saying don't let those fears become your own when they're not your own to start with. Don't let other people's fears, other people's concerns become your own. That's the main advice with this Fool here. Be careful about not letting other people's fears become your own, right? Follow your intuition. Your third eye chakra is very strong this month. Follow your gut. If something feels right to you, it probably is. Something feels wrong to you, it probably is. You will know more than someone else. And you are invited to listen to yourself this month. That's really a big theme coming up once and like all the time for my pile number 3. So just repeating that message. Okay, what is the advice to keep in mind this month? What's the advice for my pile number 3? We have the Ace of Wands. Exactly. Hearing whilst the world is dancing to classical music, you guys are dancing the flamenco, and that's okay. Follow the spark, follow the joy, follow what makes you feel alive, follow what makes you feel excited, follow your passion, follow this like inner call, this little spark in your stomach that makes you feel, yes, this is for me. Yes, this is what I want to do. Yes, this is what I believe in. Yes, this is what I want to stand up for. Yes, this is what is calling to me. Your inner spark, your creativity, your passion will not lead you astray this month. So that's the advice. Follow that inner call, follow that spark, follow that little like breadcrumb from the universe that's bringing you to what is calling to you. Specifically, it will show up in form of creativity, passion, sensuality. Let's see what else. Advice. And 10 of coins. Okay, I'm so happy this is coming up because for those of you who are feeling scared of being selfish, I'm hearing for some of you this desire to stand up for yourself, to rebel, right? To embrace your uniqueness. You have a fear of it making you selfish and you don't want to be selfish. You're like, I'm not a self-centered person. I'm not a selfish person. How can I stand up for myself? How can I how can I nurture independence? How can I go after what I want without turning into a narcissistic, selfish person? This is why we have the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins is saying, by you standing up for yourself, by you embracing your uniqueness, by you following your gut and making the choices for you and not for anyone else, it will lead you to places, situations, and a life where you can nurture other people as well. So being a rebel and standing up for yourself will not isolate you. On the contrary, it will make sure that you then have enough power to share it, to bring other people with you, to find your community, to care for other people in your life, whilst potentially I'm gonna give the example. If some of you are afraid of making a career change because it goes against what your family thinks is right for you or what society is right for you, this is a reassurance to say you following that unique path will make sure that in the long run you'll be able to support the people you love. Might be a strange choice at first, might be a personal, individual choice at first, but at the end of the journey, you will not be alone. You'll be able to support the people you love, you'll be able to find your community, you'll be able to share that power with others. So I think that's really a reassurance for any of you who are feeling afraid of being considered selfish. This is saying don't worry, because this journey you're on of celebrating yourself, of standing up for yourself and of taking the right choices for you will make sure that at the end of the day you can support the people you love, you can find your community, and you can share your power and make a difference in the world. That's important to you. Okay, beautiful. We're gonna wrap up the reading with a little self-love message, for the month of February from your higher self. Last message of advice. What do you guys need to know? We have wonder. It's simply amazing that you're here and you are you. Feel that wonder, connect with that magic. Exactly. I love that so much. Celebrate you. Celebrate who you are. Be in wonder of who you are. What a beautiful, beautiful message to wrap up this reading. I love doing this reading for you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, then please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. All of these things are free, but they really help my channel out. They're a beautiful exchange of energy. For the month of February, I have a lot of things, fun things planned. I will be doing love readings in honor of Valentine's Day. I want to wish you a beautiful month ahead. I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!